In the X-Men universe, the Sentinels are AI robots that have been developed with the sole purpose of hunting down mutants. The original Sentinels were developed by Dr. Bolivar Trask with the intention of saving humans from the existential threats that are facing them, especially the increasing population of emerging mutants. However, that plan didn't exactly come to fruition the way he intended. In this video, we are going to talk about the top 10 ultra-powerful Sentinel models in X-Men history. So, without wasting any more time, let's jump right in. Mother Mold. The Mother Mold AI was created by the industrial forces of Orchis to keep the mutants and their continued population growth in check. Master Mold, a past project, failed to achieve what it was meant to do, and due to that, Mother Mold was designed in order to create Master Molds, which allowed the AI to nurture their development and keep them under control. The Mother Mold is also stated to be capable of creating Nimrod Sentinels if it gets enough time to do so. It functions as the heart of the Orchis Sentinel project. Although the Mother Mold is immobile, it can create Master Mold models whenever it's activated, and it can do that rapidly, essentially functioning as a factory for those Master Mold models. The AI itself is highly intelligent, as it is able to think critically about both mutants and their makers. On top of that, the Mother Mold has access to dozens of Sentinel drones. The Sentinel drones, after all, are the main line of defense against invaders. So, her ability to access those Sentinel drones is no joke. And if that's not enough, she has access to nano-Sentinels as well. She can even use them to upgrade over time. Mother Mold was also considered a key step toward the rise of Nimrod Sentinels through modifications to Master Mold models. The Nimrod Sentinels were highly futuristic models, and Mother Mold's activation was feared because it could lead to their creation. Master Mold. Bolivar Trask created Master Mold in order to keep the mutants in check, as he perceived them to be an existential threat to human beings. And Master Mold, in turn, went on to build the Mark I Sentinels, which it used as drones. But ironically, Master Mold's logic told it that in order to deal with mutants, it would have to deal with their creators, which basically means that it would have to deal with human beings as well. The Master Mold gave orders to its Sentinels to capture the ones who had created the mutants. As it turns out, it doesn't just want to get rid of the mutants, it wants to take over humanity as well. Since mutants are humans too, the Master Mold comes to the logical conclusion that humans need to be protected from themselves, and hunting down mutants won't be enough. Ultimately, Bolivar Trask realizes that he is the one who has actually created an existential threat to humans by designing the Master Mold, and he eventually chooses to sacrifice himself to destroy it. Master Mold is extremely powerful. It's truly one of the most advanced and dangerous Sentinels throughout the X-Men franchise. It has a repair program through which it can repair itself by using metals and mechanical systems in its proximity. It can interface with computer systems and alter its size. Its arsenal includes tracking and scanning systems, energy weapons, and force fields. It can even survive the destruction of its own body, as copies of its program can be integrated into multiple modules. The Master Mold AI was precisely engineered to adapt to its environment, and it was specifically created to build its own Sentinels. Nimrod. Nimrod appeared for the first time in the 191st issue of Uncanny X-Men in 1985. It was created in an alternate Earth 811 reality. In this reality, which is also known as the Days of Future Past timeline, the Sentinels were successful in killing or capturing most mutants in the northern United States. However, a few of them managed to evade them. Wolverine was one of them. Nimrod was created as part of a project to build a new generation of more efficient, unstoppable, and powerful Sentinels. Nimrod's self-repair enables it to survive a lot of damage. It can restore itself on a molecular level. It has the strength and capability to face Juggernaut. Its body contains several advanced computer systems. It can even track mutants and analyze the nature of their powers with the help of its scanning systems. It learns from every encounter with a mutant and actively and constantly works on how to effectively combat and defeat mutants. Its concussive and disintegration blasts are extremely powerful. With the help of its magnetic energy, it can move iron and steel in the air. However, it mostly uses that power for the purposes of defense. With the help of its shock web, It can effectively use unidentified energy to incapacitate its opponents. Nimrod can even reverse the gravity fields of its opponents. When its energy reserves are high, it can protect itself from a lot of physical and energy assaults by using its force fields. On top of all that, Nimrod also possesses the ability to time travel, although it might not be very good at it, as apparently it's unable to focus on exact coordinates. Bastion. Long story short, Bastion is basically a fusion of Master Mold and Nimrod. After the fusion happened, Bastion did not have any memory of his history. When he started living among humans, he became aware of the presence of mutants, and that awareness reactivated his directives to terminate mutants. Eventually, Bastion infiltrates the U.S. government and gets access to Project Wide Awake, a commission set up by the government to analyze and manage the mutant menace, as well as technologies that can neutralize mutants. After the Onslaught saga and the assassination of Graydon Creed, Bastion gets political support to begin the global secret war against the mutants known as Operation Zero Tolerance. Bastion can fire concussive and disintegration blasts from his hands and chest. He is immune to all psychic attacks, and he has the ability to self-repair from most physical attacks. The fact that he is a fusion of both Master Mold and Nimrod translates to his strengths as well. His Master Mold programming enables him to have complete control over all Sentinels. He can create Prime Sentinels, who are basically humans with nanorobotic enhancements. Just like the Master Mold, he can interface with any computer system, access its data, and control its programming. His Nimrod programming enables him to have more intelligence than most mutants. Omega Sentinels, Days of Future Past timeline. The Sentinels from the Days of Future Past timeline should not be taken lightly because the Sentinels in this timeline were absolutely successful in achieving what they set out to achieve. In the Days of Future Past timeline, Sentinels end up ruling North America. Most mutants have been either captured or killed. The captured ones have ended up in concentration camps. And most shockingly, the non-mutant superheroes like the Avengers, Fantastic Four, Daredevil, and Spider-Man have also been terminated. The Sentinels from this extremely dark and bleak timeline should not be messed with at any cost. Wild Sentinels. The Wild Sentinel was a part of a secret U.S. government operation to develop and create new versions of Sentinels that could face mutants if an all-out war between mutants and humans were to take place. This project was abandoned after the death of Bolivar Trask and the destruction of the Master Mold. The facility was left abandoned for decades in the Ecuadorian rainforest. There, the Wild Sentinels cannibalized scrap metal and any other source of technology available to create more Sentinels. Eventually, Cassandra Nova showed up and manipulated Donald Trask III to give her complete access to the site. After copying his DNA structure over a period of 10 hours, she killed him. And after that, she removed the test field restrictions from the site, which enabled the Wild Sentinel to grow extremely huge by absorbing an enormous amount of technology. The Wild Sentinel then turned into a supersonic jet plane and flew to Genosha, annihilating most of the population there. After Cassandra Nova was captured, the Wild Sentinel was deactivated again. Its carcass was later turned into a memorial in the ruins of the place that used to be the mutant capital of the world. Omega Sentinel Karima Shapandar. Karima Shapandar worked as a detective for the Indian National Police in Calcutta, India, and she was quite good at that job. Mr. Shara, a wealthy and influential officer, assigned her to look after his son, Neil. Meanwhile, Neil was looking for his brother Sanjit, who mysteriously went missing while researching the mysterious disappearances of vulnerable people who belonged to the impoverished sections of the city. Initially, Karima only observed Neil from a distance, but one day she saw him getting attacked by a street gang. So she had no other choice and had to intervene. She quickly defeated the gang without a lot of effort. Karima helped Neil to dig deeper into the story his brother was working on before his disappearance. However, there were some major obstacles that stood in the way. For example, several of Sanjit's sources refused to talk as they were scared of something unknown. And while trying to obtain information from them, both Karima and Neil realized that something horrific and sinister was occurring in the streets of Calcutta. While investigating the case, they fell in love with each other. After spending several days investigating the case, they decided to take a night off for themselves. During their night off, as both of them were about to kiss each other for the first time, they were attacked by Bastion and his Prime Sentinels, and at that moment, It was revealed that Neil's brother Sanjit had also been turned into a Sentinel. Although Sanjit fought his programming and ended up disabling other Sentinels, he tragically died in the process. As Neil was grieving and holding his brother's body in his arms, Karima told him to run. As it turned out, Karima was also a human turned into a Sentinel, and she had been set up as a sleeper agent, as she would remain unaware of her programming until a mutant nearby activated it. So, when Karima told Neil to run away from there, she was basically warning him. Her programming was about to get activated, and Neil's life was in danger at that time. Initially, Neil resisted. He told her that he loved her, but eventually he ran away from there. As a Prime Sentinel, Karima is extremely powerful. Her estimated physical strength is around 70 tons. She possesses the kind of advanced technology that has the ability to surpass the technology of most other Sentinel models. Along with that, she can move at superhuman speed and project holographic images. Due to electric isolation, she is resistant to electric attacks, and she possesses superhuman durability with the ability to regenerate as well. Her reflexes, endurance, speed, and sensors are enhanced. She has numerous scanning and radar senses, which she uses for tracking mutants. She is also equipped with Sentinel-like energy guns that enable her to manipulate energy on a subatomic level. She also possesses the ability to negate the power of other mutants as well, which can make her quite efficient at hunting down mutants. Biosentinels. Long story short, Biosentinels are basically Sentinels that have originated from dead mutants. They are a fusion of a mutant and a Sentinel, which makes them quite dangerous and a genuine existential threat to the existence of mutants. Wallflower was the first Biosentinel. She was a mutant before she died and eventually became a Biosentinel after her death. In the Earth 616 reality, Wallflower was born as Laurie Collins. Her father, Sean Garrison, had pheromone empathic powers which he used to manipulate people in order to get money, fame, and women. His wife, Gail Collins, was one of those women. When Gail became pregnant, she became resistant to her husband's powers and left him. After that, she raised Laurie alone. Laurie grew up to become a mutant who was lonely and withdrawn from others. Later on, Laurie went to the Xavier Institute, and eventually, she even became part of the New Mutants squad. One day, while she was talking to Elixir, she was shot in the back of the head by Matthew Risman and killed. After her death, Kaga turned Laurie into a Biosentinel in order to get the X-Men killed. At a San Francisco fair, she was released among a crowd of people as a Biosentinel. Emma Frost spotted her and tried to reach out to her deceased student and make contact with her. Wallflower fired brood missiles at the crowd, and eventually she was removed from the spot and sent to Grey Malkin in order to be examined by the Mutantes Sans Frontieres scientists. Tri-Sentinel. The credit for building the Tri-Sentinel goes to the Asgardian god of mischief, Loki. After the failure of his acts of vengeance, Loki built the Tri-Sentinel by using his magic to merge the 3 prototype Sentinels that were created by Shaw Industries. The creation of the Tri-Sentinel was supposed to be a foundation for Project Nimrod, which was part of a secret government plan to destroy mutants. In order to get thousands of people killed, Loki reprogrammed the Tri-Sentinel to attack a nuclear power plant nearby. However, that did not happen, as Spider-Man destroyed it by using his newly obtained powers of Captain Universe. The Life Foundation knew that it could regenerate, and keeping that in mind, they gathered its remains in order to reprogram it for security purposes. However, things didn't turn out as planned. The Life Foundation surrounded the Tri-Sentinel with a grid of electromagnetic impulses that could dampen the electricity before the Tri-Sentinel could regenerate. They even placed Antarctic vibranium in its control center as a failsafe measure. But after its reactivation, the Tri-Sentinel deactivated the failsafe and rejected the Life Foundation's programming. And not just that, it even restored Loki's Prime Directive. However, Spider-Man and Nova reactivated its failsafe and caused its destruction. Years later, Mendel Sturm found the regenerated Tri-Sentinel at the abandoned Life Foundation Tower. He used it again in order to destroy Spider-Man as well as the entire New York City. But Spider-Man ended up stealing the Tri-Sentinel, confounding Mendel's plans in the process. This inciting incident compelled Mendel Sturm to make a deal with a mysterious entity in order to get access to an army of Tri-Sentinels. After the invasion of New York City by the Tri-Sentinels, Spider-Man gained control over them by using his own Tri-Sentinel. He ended up sending them back to where they came from. Now, let's talk about why the Tri-Sentinels are so formidable. Tri-Sentinels are completely immune to any form of telepathic attacks and illusions. They can shoot energy and hyper-cold beams. They even have the capability to fly by using the propulsors in their feet. The Tri-Sentinel can restrain its enemies by using metallic coils. On top of that, it can project an energy shield in order to protect itself. Mark VI Sentinels. A failed assassination attempt led to the creation of Mark VI Sentinels. When the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants failed to assassinate Senator Robert Kelly, the president's cabinet swiftly responded by authorizing a secret and illegal project called Project Wide Awake. That project was authorized to research mutants and even capture the ones who are considered a threat to national security. Henry Gyrick was the head of that project, and he was accountable and answerable only to the president and no one else. Senator Robert Kelly acted as a special consultant on that project. After Project Wide Awake's authorization, the industrial tycoon Sebastian Shaw was approached by the government to build a new breed of Sentinels. Sebastian Shaw built 3 models. Those 3 models were Mark IV Sentinels, Mark V Sentinels, and Mark VI Sentinels. However, Sebastian Shaw had ulterior motives. He used these models to attack his own enemies. He made it personal and started attacking X-Men and the New Mutants, and the government was unaware of it. However, none of these new models were as powerful as the Mark II and Mark III Sentinels, so the new models were constantly modified and improved. As mentioned before, a Mark VI Sentinel was merged with a Mark IV and a Mark V Sentinel in order to build the Tri-Sentinel. The Mark VI Sentinels are quite capable of firing different kinds of attacks, including plasma, electron, and heat blasts, as well as stunning gas. Their liquid crystal implants make them invisible to the naked eye, and their eyes are equipped with searchlights. The Sentinels are some of the most formidable antagonists in the X-Men franchise. They are ruthless, goal-driven, cold, and calculative, and their programming, which compels them to harm and destroy mutants at any cost, makes them extremely dangerous. They are an existential threat, not just to mutants, but to humans as well. Although they were built to make this world a better place, a world in which humans don't need to be afraid of mutants, they ultimately ended up becoming a nightmare for the world. Sentinels have created genuine terror, not just in mutants, but also in the ones who built them in the first place. So, this is where we would like to sign off. We hope you enjoyed our video. Please like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel here. Take care and stay tuned. We will be back soon with our next video before you know it.